Alright, I'm not sure if the audio is better. I'll test it in a second. I forgot to connect my headphones. Just give me a minute. If you hear me, give me a minute. One second. I'm just putting on my headphones. Alright. Headphones are on. I'm going to open chat in a second. Testing the audio. Okay, so it seems this mini mic I'm using is a lot better. Let me turn on my light for a little bit better lighting. Alright, I see someone's watching. What's up? So I'm using this mini mic. It's not great audio. It's the same quality as my phone, but since it's clipped, it's to my shirt, it'll be a lot better audio. All right, so I was modding this keyboard yesterday. I had to abruptly end stream, so I'm just gonna swap the switches. I found some switches that will work with it, so let's just start doing that. This keycap puller is not the best. I'm going to share the stream. All right, I see some people joined. So, what's up, Lemonades? So yesterday I was modding this keyboard, and because they lied about 5-pin connectivity and they're using a weird PCB, none of the switches I had worked with this board, and I wanted to swap the switches. But I tested these switches. They're EJAZ switches, which this is an EJAZ board, so these should work. So I'm just gonna swap some switches. Also, the mods I did made the keyboard pingy. I'm not sure if it's the stock switches or if it's the board, so I'll try to, if I can, get rid of the ping. I don't know if I'll be able to do. And the audio should be a little bit better now since I found this that I have instead of, because I'm sitting far away from my phone. So this is clipped on my shirt, the other one. So I hope audio is a little better, at least like somewhat good, hopefully. All right, yeah, so it's definitely better than yesterday because yesterday was terrible. I wouldn't necessarily recommend taking off keycaps like this. Apparently you could bend the stem of the keycap. That's never happened to me, but since that can happen, I won't recommend it. What's up, Jay? What's up, Melon? came out accidentally. I'm not even trying to get the switches out right now. They're just coming out. That's the thing I do like about I just bent a pin. That's the thing I like about polycarbonate plates. The switches come out pretty easily. I would not recommend doing what I just did on bending that pin, but why not? I got this space bar after stream to sound really good yesterday. I gotta, before I take it apart, I gotta give you guys the sound of this space bar. I'm not sure how good it sounded on that mic, but in person it sounds really good. So what I generally do is if let's say I'm using a different keyboard layout, you could just get a picture online of how to figure it out. It like you just go on your keyboard, search the keyboard, and get a stock picture or something. Yesterday, off stream, I broke a switch puller while I was taking out switches. I feel like it happens to me like once every 3 months. What's up, Casey? I have another keycap set I could also try putting on this keyboard. It's SA though, like it's a taller profile than these. I don't really like it, but I could try it. I mean, modding keyboards, it's not that scary. It's just you want to have some in case you bend pins, you want to have some extra switches. So, like I would say if you're going to be on your first time swapping your switches, I would say if you're on a 65% keyboard, just get like an extra 10-20 switches just in case, and you should be fine. Also, you could always unbend them, but sometimes you might bend them too much. So I would say get extra just in case. As you can see, so this keyboard is advertised as a 5-pin PCB, but someone in chat said yesterday that they only give 5-pin for the wireless version of this keyboard, but they do not make it very clear, so it's pretty false advertising. Also, these sockets are slightly smaller than standard sockets, so when you put a lot of switches in, the pins are too big, and when you take them out, it just automatically bends the pins. It's like it's really sucks that they're not clear about that when I just did that twice by mistake. So these switches right here, I forgot exactly what they're called. I literally got them on Temu like a year ago. They're EJAZ switches. They're maybe called EJAZ like white and orange switches. I have no idea. What's up, JXY? I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that. Sorry. Oh, I swapped the switches in this keyboard. I haven't posted a sound test of that yet. I could after I mod this board, I could give you guys a sound test of this keyboard. It's the KBD Craft Lilith, if I'm pronouncing it right. I put Aqua Cream Blue V3 Pro switches in there. So if you guys want the sound of that later, I can do that. This board's wireless and this one's also wired. This board does have a wireless option. If you buy this keyboard, I would only get the wireless option because, as I learned yesterday, you can only get a 5-pin PCB with the wireless option, and this PCB is kind of garbage. So, yeah, I wish this keyboard came in wireless though. That would be awesome. I think the Melgeek Lego keyboard might come wireless, but that keyboard isn't like a real Lego keyboard because you don't actually get to build the case out of Lego. You just get to put Lego on top of it, which is kind of a disappointment. But I mean, it's probably pretty hard to engineer a Lego keyboard anyway, so it's understandable. Epo Maker's Lego keyboard is the laziest because it's just a full plastic case with like a little Lego piece on top. I'm swapping the switches out of this keyboard, and I might change some of the mods I did because the keyboard's a bit pingy. Yeah, people who are new to custom keyboards probably like have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, switches go flying all the time. It's so hard to get switches out of a north-facing PCB. All right, let's put these other switches in. Thor, let me Google that. I never heard of the Thor 404 TKL. I'll Google it. Oh, that looks nice. Let me find. I only see an eBay listing for it. If I'm looking at the right one, I don't know how worth it that is. It just looks like a generic gaming keyboard. Hot Top's good, yeah. Is it the Genesis Thor TKL? Okay. I only see an eBay listing for 150. That definitely doesn't seem worth it. But if it's Polish, that's why I can't find a real listing. But yeah, it looks all right. I mean, it doesn't look like a bad keyboard. I hope you didn't pay $150 for it. Oh, okay. So 60 to 80 is fine. That looks like any other keyboard for 60 to 80. All right. I was worried there for a second. You spent 150. I mean, it's not the best sounding keyboard ever, but it's the Razer Huntsman is probably a completely fine keyboard. Like, there's definitely better keyboards now for the price of a Razer Huntsman, but I can't say the Razer Huntsman is a bad keyboard. Just don't buy the new Logitech keyboard for $180. If this keyboard was if this keyboard came with I mean the wireless version of this keyboard, if there's no ping on it, might be better than that new Logitech keyboard. So once I finish putting apart the keyboard, I run it through a key tester just to test all the keys in case they're bent. High ground keyboards. I haven't actually tried one. Some of them seem all right, and some of them seem overpriced. It really depends. Like if you're spending that price range on a keyboard, I would just recommend something from like Womair or Yunzi, just on Amazon, 2-day shipping. I I haven't tried that many switches. Like I've tried a lot of Gateron switches, a lot of Leobog switches. I've tried some Akko and Wuche switches. I haven't tried a lot of like expensive switches. I want to try like HMX switches eventually. HMX or like Vortex linears or something like that. I have no idea. I've never heard of the Rocket Magma, but I could look it up, check if it what it looks like. I mean, it looks all right for $40. I just want to make sure these switches are like not going in fully. I just want to make sure I'm not bending all of them. Okay, no, they're going in fully. I have not heard of a Sermon keyboard. I'm more familiar with budget keyboards than the higher end stuff. The stabilizers are just stock stabs. I put some 2.5 lube in it yesterday to make them sound a tad better. There's no point of like fully tuning them because they're cheap. I might just I bent the pin. I might just swap them out. I think I have some extra stabs, but yeah. This is bent as well. I have 90 of these, so it doesn't matter if a couple of them get bent. Once you learn how to do it properly, yes. It took me a long time to like learn how to properly do it. And it was hard for a really long time, but yeah. I just recently in my main keyboard, the Neo 65, I replaced the stabilizers and I finally did it for once without having any ticking. What do you mean by dust proof switches? Is that like a certain type of switch? Is that like membrane? Oh, I'm sure it does. I mean, I saw the Monsky boards on AliExpress were super cheap. I was thinking about getting an M1 V3. Those were so cheap. I think Akko switches are kind of underrated. Like there definitely are a lot of better sounding switches, but the fact that you can get Akko switches for like $20. I haven't heard any sound tests of the Wooting 80 yet. The Wooting 80 is very expensive. Like it's when it comes out, I'm sure it's going to be the best performing keyboard. But in terms of beginners, I don't know if I can recommend if you're getting Jades in it, it's probably going to cost like 230 after Jades. Then you're going to have cheap keycaps. I don't know if I like could recommend that for an enthusiast, but the Wooting 80 is definitely going to be a good choice. That's for sure. I mean, if they're mechanical switches, XDA keycap should work with them. Yeah, I mean the Wootings aren't like the best. I don't have a Wooting, but from what I hear, they're not the best typing feel. They're not the best sounding, but performance wise, they're the best. So if you want performance, then you go for a Wooting. If you want good typing feel, you get a mechanical keyboard or something. I mean, in terms of a membrane keyboard, I don't know any mods you could actually do to it. Someone asked me that a while ago. I have no idea. I rarely use memory keyboards. These switches, they're Akko switches. Maybe they're called like light whites or something like that. They're just at EJazz switches. They're not very good, but they're better than these stock switches. And I don't really have any switches that are compatible with this board, so I have to use these. Um, you don't really care about this. You don't really care about the speed. You only care about typing actually. So I mean, then then just get just get something that feels and sounds nice. Yeah, these switches, they don't sound very good, but they look really nice. They look a lot nicer than a lot of other switches, but they don't sound very nice. I could give you guys like a little close up. I don't know how well it's gonna focus. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Sorry about that. Yeah. Like I remember when I first got these switches a year ago, I only wanted to use them because they look so good, and then I just eventually took them out of the keyboard I had them in because they just didn't sound good. But that keyboard was on an FR4 plate, so I'm hoping they sound a little bit better on polycarbonate. I've tried about 3 or 4 Akko switches. I love the Akko pianos. They sound really good. The original lubed ones. I'm sure the newer ones, the V3 Pros, sound good also. I just love the Akko pianos. I have them in my Neo 65. They sound really good. Yeah, you can mod switches as well, like put stuff in them. I've never actually mod switches. I hate lubing switches. I only buy pre-loop switches. All right, before I put keycaps on, I just wanna no polycarbonate. I'm talking about plate option. There's different plate options like FR4, aluminum, brass, copper, even carbon fiber, polycarbonate palm. There's a bunch of different options you can use for a plate that will change the sound. This keyboard's on AliExpress. I don't know if I could recommend this keyboard. When deciding to get a good typing experience, the 350 of the rooting without the speed aspects. If you just want a good typing feel keyboard, um, you can just get a something from Unity or Womir or something on Amazon. They have really good stuff, like $100. Um, yeah, I have Oil Kings and a keyboard right here. I could get it real quick. Yeah, I have Oil Kings in this board. I could put it down for a second if you want to hear it. I love the keycaps I have. The keycaps I have on this board are the best. Here. You can't really see the board. I'm just gonna. Yeah, so that's how my Oil King board sounds. The Oil Kings are alright. They're stock, not lube. I like how they sound. The board they're in though, that board sucks. It's the INKC65. I would not recommend that board. Yeah, Oil Kings. Is that the new $500 one that just came out? I saw that. I didn't watch any videos on it. Yeah, I get wanting sound. I have a silent Hall effect keyboard from YMK. I don't really like the silent that much. I'm just going to go to tester right now and test these switches to make sure I didn't bend any pins. I probably did, but we'll see. Oh, the tester is not working. I just put lube. Okay, now the tester is working. I just 2.5 205G is just the best way to make stabilizers good. Okay, I bent one Vishore. I bent B. So B right here is bent. Control is good. The win key is bent as well. Okay, so I bent 2 pins. That's pretty good. Only 2. What keyboard kit for 150? So you could get like you could get a Neo 65 for exactly 150 or a little less. You can also get a Chilkey ND75 kit. There's a lot of kits, but yeah, I have a Neo 65. I really like it. I would definitely recommend that for. Mine was 155, but there are cheaper options. The Getter and Jades, I mean, the new ones for the Boog 75 sound really good. Okay, all the pins are good. I'm gonna get a set of keycaps. All right, so I have the stock keycaps and these. I'm gonna put a few on of each, and I'll let you guys decide which ones you want me to use. All right. I'm just gonna put 3 in a row here. It doesn't matter. I'll switch it after. I just don't want to look for them in case I don't end up using this set. All right. Okay. Which keycaps do you think is better, top row or bottom row? I'll give a little more sound. Top. All right. Anyone else? All right. Sound very similar. So let's just go with top. Why not? Who likes using stock keycaps? All right, top. Let's do top. Why not? I just need to put my mic back. My shirt. All right. The board is still pinging, but I could put the keycaps on first before I check it. I just can't cover the screw holes. I'm just gonna. Move that over. Ignore these random white keycaps. They're just extra. I didn't have anywhere to put them from the Wraith 75. All right. Okay, so I can't put. I don't want to cover the screws because I still want to open up the case, but I kind of want to just put the keycaps on first because why not? Now I need to find another alt, or it's probably in the other bag. Oh, let me unplug this board while I'm putting on the keycaps. These switches are Ajaz. I think they're called lightweight. I'm not 100% sure. But I just got them on Temu like a year ago. Thanks for the sub, dude. These switches are pre-lubed, so I'm not sure how good they'll be. Those are also pre-lubed. I actually no, I don't even know if those are pre-lubed. My bad. Yes, I'm not gonna put backspace on yet. So this, I might need a different shift. This one isn't the right size. It's probably in that bag. Yeah, so I don't want to put that one on yet. I think this is just for an escape key. Yeah, the keyboard still sounds really pingy. I don't know what it is because it can't be the switches, because these I've used these in other keyboards and they weren't pingy. So I'm going to have to open up the board still, but I could put the keycaps on. I just can't block the screw holes. You know what, I'm just gonna take it apart now before I finish putting the keycaps on. This switch, that screw is stuck under the switch. That's not supposed to happen. Dang it. I have to take off this switch also. This is what happens when a company builds plate that. Okay, actually the screw might just be straight up stuck. No, I got it out. All right. So I just have one here. I want to keep some of the keycaps on so I could tell if the board's pingy once I did not mean to get those switches out, whatever. When I get all that foam back, I'll fix that later. All right, so is it? So it's not the case that's pinging. It's the board itself. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So I don't know what could be causing it. You guys think it could be the tape mod that somehow for some reason is causing it to ping? I mean, I could just take off the tape and put it back on. We could try that. It's gonna be a little hard because it's kind of a little bit in pieces, but let's see. Nope. Yeah, so I don't know what's causing the ping. Just put this back on then. I could try like stuffing the case with even more foam. I need this foam is all out of place now. I don't think that's gonna do anything. I think this keyboard is just, maybe it's the plate, who knows? But there's something that's just causing it to ping. I think putting the PE foam that I did yesterday just made the ping louder for some reason. But I could definitely try to put more foam in. All right, I'm just gonna try putting it in like this. Hopefully it'll dampen the ping a bit more. Yeah, I can still hear it. Well, that's why I won't anyways be recommending this board, just because well, it's because of the PCB, because I wanted to use the switches that were like really pre-lubed well. But it's not, I don't think it's the switches. I honestly have no idea what's making this keyboard ping. I mean, it wasn't pinging before I put the PE foam in, but I don't think that could make a keyboard ping. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah. I'll just put this put these keycaps on, and then we'll call it a stream. So like another couple minutes. I could also give you guys a sound test of this board if you want to hear it, because I did some modding to it. One of these screws isn't fully in, that's why it's not. So this keyboard also has an issue where if the keyboard, I guess, isn't screwed in evenly, the space bar like doesn't go down at all, which is ridiculous. Let's try unscrewing it. Okay, so maybe it's just if you put that screw in too tight that causes the space bar not to go fully down. That could be it also. Yeah, because it seems fine now. Yeah, so it's this screw. Alright. This is bad. Right, let me put these switches back in. Okay, now we can just finish this up. Loosen this, maybe it's too tight as well. Alright. I love a glitch, well, not glitch, but I love an issue when you put screws fully in. It makes this the switches not go down fully. Yeah. Oh, this is an arrow key. Is there a second control for it? Yeah, I need a small one in that bag. POU. Okay, that goes there. O goes right here. Yeah, this keyboard is way more pingy than before. It's crazy. I think it might be these. Let me see. Might be these caps. Let's see. Okay, so basically I'm gonna take off these caps because they're deeper, they're making the ping of the keyboard a lot more pronounced, and I don't have a way of unpinging this board. So I just gotta use the stock keycaps. I'd much rather use these, but there's nothing I could do about it if I don't want the keyboard to ping. So yes, if anyone, you guys wanted me to use these keycaps, sorry about that. But you could you might not be able to tell, but like when I press this, I can't hear the ping unless I put it by my ear. But when I press it right here, I don't hear the ping. When I press it right here, I hear the ping. It's because these keycaps are a lot deeper. I thought that would be an issue, but I didn't actually think that would be an issue. So, oh well. All right. Before I said I like how polycarbonate plates, keycaps come off really easily, but it's also really annoying when switches come out really easy, but it's really also really annoying when you're not trying to take out the switches. Yeah, it's still pinging, just not as bad as these keycaps. Just upside down. Keys right here, yeah. No, it's upside down. Yeah, that still sounds pingy. The keyboard sounds better and worse than before it was modded because it sounds more pingy, but the actual sound when you're not paying attention to the ping um, sounds better. I don't know. Keyboards can be funny sometimes. It's a nice escape keycap. Inserts, yeah, deletes here. For those who just joined, I'm just essentially modding this keyboard. I'm almost done, then I'm gonna give a sound test, and that'll be it. So So yeah, this is the Ajax AK80, and it kind of sucks. I mean, that sounds decent, but hey. And we are done. This means the keycaps aren't fully pressing, that's fine. How do you guys think this sounds? What do you think the final sound is? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Any thoughts? Alright, I want to give you guys a sound test of this keyboard because I modded this keyboard last week and I didn't really make any sound tests. So this, let me show you the switches in this board. Alright, I hope that's in frame. It's a Akko Cream Blue V3 Pro switch. Alright. Alright, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to do, so I guess I'll end stream. Thanks everyone for watching. If anyone subbed, thank you, and I will end now.